Hello everyone, Dr. Curtis here, and I'm your instructor for your CBE course, possibly your grader as well. That said, welcome. Glad you're here. I hope you enjoy the course. It is a CBE course, so it has a lot of things that I consider to be absolutely magical. The fact that there are no due dates is the greatest thing since sliced bread for many of us. Um, the fact that you can every deliverable gives you three opportunities, folks, count them, three opportunities to submit and resubmit your work. So if you submit your first assignment in your first deliverable and you get a 1 on that deliverable or a 0 on that deliverable or anything but a 4, 4 is the maximum possible. So you score anything but a 4. You're not happy with that. You want a 4. Well, you can rewrite it, rework it, submit it again after you read the feedback that I provide or the grader provides, and tweak it. Send it again. If it still doesn't earn a 4, tweak it again. Send it a third time. Third time's a charm, though, and that's the end of them. But you get an opportunity, three opportunities, to send each deliverable to us to be graded. Um, and that's a good thing because you can use the feedback to polish your work and hopefully get something out of that, really get something out of it. That said, sticking with those deliverables, this is an 11-week course. There are no due dates for anything in a CBE course, but my strong recommendation to you, and you're going to see it posted in the course calendar, is that if you self-impose a due date for each deliverable beginning in week 1, Sunday by midnight, week 1, deliverable 1 is due. Self-imposed. Remember, there are no due dates, but if you self-impose a due date of deliverable 1 is due Sunday, week 1 by midnight, deliverable 2, week 2 by midnight, and so on until you're uh, through week 7. All 7 assignments are done. You didn't need 11 weeks for this course because you have the knowledge, right? You've demonstrated that. Um, you can get out of here after 7 weeks. You can do it quicker than that. You can take longer than that. The best way, in my opinion, of all the terms I've taught these courses is that self-impose that due date of your deliverable is due Sunday at midnight for the first 7 weeks of the course and give it 7 weeks. That gives you a chance to not only complete the deliverables, but in the in the module, in the learning modules, there is a lot of good information in there. A lot of people, a lot of my students I've noticed don't even look at them. And that's really a shame because those learning modules are tailored to the deliverables. So if module 1 is tailored to deliverable 1, if you go in there and you read through everything that's in there, watch the video instruction that's in there, it's going to help you immensely to complete the deliverables. And uh, it's for those of you that work already in the field and you're relying on that knowledge and that information, that's great. But those learning modules are also a good update to help keep you current on what's going on. Because all of our courses, cutting edge, everything's brand new from term to term. So they can help you a great deal, and they're just good refreshers. So that said, let's just kind of go through this particular course. We're going to go right here. Everything is down the middle, which is great. There is a menu over on the left side, but everything for the course is pretty much down the middle. So let's click on getting started and see what the story is here. What's in there? All right, there is a welcome message in there. I'm not going to click that. Actually, I'm going to click it. So here's the basic welcome message. Uh, and this video is going to be posted in here as well. Right now it's not here because I'm still recording it, right? So, but it will be there shortly. Uh, the course structure. This is going to tell you how the course is laid out. The module structure. How are the modules laid out? How do you do our midterm survey? I'm going to ask that you please complete this thing. A lot of students don't see the point in it, and a lot um, don't think a lot think that because there's a short period of time before the midterm survey is deployed to students that um, you haven't had enough time to evaluate anything, and a lot of them don't do it because of that. Um, Please consider completing it. It helps me with the feedback. I can't see who said what, but the feedback helps me. I don't need to see who said what. All I really need is the feedback. And um, I don't know what other professors do, but for me, I do use that to, I take it to heart and I use it to tweak my teaching styles. Now, I know when I have mad students, and when I read the comments, if the comments are, I have one that has a bunch of negative comments while everybody else is posting 100% positives. Um, I take that into consideration as well because for some reason or somehow I've managed to upset that student, and I try not to do that. Um, and I use the negative as well as the positive to change my teaching style and adjust it. Um, okay, so completing the course, self-explanatory if you need help. In the course chat in here, you're going to see my bio. Um, this is basically a discussion board, but it's just an introduction. Uh, Hopefully you see it and you jump in there and introduce yourself as well. And geez, who doesn't want to read my bio? I like to use a little bit of humor in my courses. I don't know, I think I'm a comedian. Here's a very important thing, the learning plan. You're not going to be able to see anything in the course until you complete your learning plan. Put some thought into answering these questions and answer them uh, truthfully and directly and move on. Okay, but once you do the learning plan, that's an ungraded thing. You will automatically, everything will open up. Like right here, see where the live classroom, it has a lock. Those locks will be gone, and you'll be able to access those things, and it'll just say visible to you. Okay, so I'm not going to click here because if I do, it will automatically launch a live session. All you got to do week to week is look at the course calendar and see when our live sessions are scheduled for each week. They vary. I'm going to run some on Mondays, Tuesdays, Wednesdays, Friday mornings, um, and that way, hopefully, everybody has an opportunity. But there will also be recordings. I record them, or I post one of my previous recordings that I thought was good. But they'll all be posted in the course, and I'm going to show you where to find those as well. But to join the live session, when you see it on the calendar, if you want to, you click here and you're in. Um, this live classroom assignments, I am going to click that one. These are 2 or 3 question little tests, and they basically ask you the first question. I believe they're all the same. The first question is, did you attend the live session or did you watch the recording? The answer is yes. And of course that's where all the points come from for this. I think they're 10 points each. There are 2 other questions. And the second question is, do you have any questions of me after uh, watching the live session video or attending the live session? If you post the question in there, I'll answer it when I go back in, because I have to go back in and grade each one of them. I will answer the question. Um, so sometimes I see students ask questions in there. And the third and final question for each of these is, um, did the live session relate to the objectives and the deliverable, et cetera, in the course? And of course, I tailor each one of them to a deliverable from week to week, so they do all line up. Okay, so the course project assignments. And here right now, these are each deliverable, right? And there are 7. Let's click on the first one. All right, the competency this assignment relates to, start off right at the top. What does success look like? View the grading rubric for this deliverable by selecting the item is graded with a rubric link, which is located in the details and information pane right here. This is the rubric we're going to use to grade this particular assignment. Over here in general, there's no due date for this thing. But as I said, if you self-impose week 1 Sunday at midnight, you know what that due date will be. In the category, it's an assignment. The letter grades and the maximum points, the points are 4. Again, here's the deliverable. There are 3 attempts allowed, and it scores the highest one. Respondus, we don't need that on here for this particular assignment. So you're given a little scenario each time. Here are instructions. This basically tells you everything. Always look at the rubric, right, to make sure what you have to do. But the presentation that you're preparing for this particular deliverable has to have all of these things in it. Each bullet point, and I'm going to go through each of these in our first live session. So um, uh, some of the tips and tricks for completing each deliverable. Some ultimately for this particular deliverable, you got to touch on all of these bullet points. Here are some resources that are going to help you to create this presentation. One of the things about you're going to need for another deliverable, and the course has always been set up this way, but remember where you see Mergent online right here. You're going to need a 10K for another deliverable, and you can find it through Mergent by clicking right here. There's some instructions. There's an APA guide, PowerPoint support if you've never done a PowerPoint before, or you just need a refresher or need some help. Same with Rasmussen FAQs. Those things will help you to get through this deliverable. All right, so let's close that one. And they're all the same all the way through. The rubrics are the most important thing. Here are the modules. We're straight down the middle. There's only 6 learning modules, but they cover all 7 of the deliverables. So we're just gonna take a look at number 1, module 1, gaining a competitive advantage through HR. All right. So here we are. Here's the module introduction. Click it, read it, good information there. Try the diagnostic assessment. These are all not graded. They're just knowledge checks. After we complete the live session, the recordings will be posted in here. I try to get them up within 24 hours, max 48 hours of the live session. So when you click that, there will be links in there to get to. So right now we'll click it, but right now there's nothing in here. They will all be right here down the middle. Underneath this text, there will be each session's live recording. There may be extra ones in there. We're only going to have 2 live sessions each week, but there may be 3, there may be 4 videos posted in there from previous live sessions, and the extra ones are there to help you. They're relevant. Um, Multimedia instruction. These are the videos I believe that I was mentioning earlier. Yes. If you do nothing else with the learning modules, watch these videos. All you got to do is click that arrow. It will run. They're very, very, very helpful in completing the deliverables from week to week. I can't stress it enough. Very, very helpful. Um, okay. That's essentially it. There's some links to some other things in here. Um, Textbook chapters. Um, let's click this one and see what we're looking at here. Human resources and the resource-based view of the firm. This is a journal article that you can read by clicking on the links. All right, these things are very helpful, and they're good refreshers for those of you that are already working in the field. And again, you can find all of those modules right down the middle. Once you get done with deliverable number 7 and you get a score that you're happy with, hit acknowledge course completion. And when you're done with that, I will throw your final course grade in there. And after everything is said and done, if you could complete the end of term survey, again, I would greatly appreciate it. Okay, let's take a look at the announcements real quick, and then I'll let you go. I post announcements, several announcements from week to week, just so that you can see that I'm paying attention and there's some interaction. And some of the stuff in here, I think, is good stuff. All of it is good stuff. But I think there are some things like, excuse me, you're going to see that I post one of these every week. Nobody ever told me number one. And from week to week, nobody ever told me 2, 3, 4, 5. These are things that, I have 4 college degrees. So I spent 10 years in school. That 10 years, nobody ever told me a lot of very helpful things that would have helped me to do better uh, and have an easier time as I went through my matriculations. So those are things that nobody ever told me that I want to make sure that you know as you move forward through your courses. Um, there are doses of encouragement from week to week and end of week recaps and things of that nature. So there's a lot of good stuff in the announcements. Check them out every day. Take a look. You'll see there might be something there, there might not. But chances are at least 3 or 4 days a week you're going to see something valuable in there. Books and tools. There are all kinds of interesting things in these courses. So that said, begin the course by getting started and checking things out, right? Click on getting started and say hello to me in the course chat. All right, I'm here for you. You have my phone number, my email address, my live classroom link. They're all in there. Um, don't struggle is all I ask. That you please ask me for help if you're struggling. Don't struggle. It's not good for you. Um, and you'll do better when you're not struggling. Let me help you. That said, I am out of here. Thank you and welcome to the course.